we were on the set for a week, and I had never gone to like a sleepaway summer camp, and I feel like I really got the experience on set because it felt like we were all like our actual characters on set. But I remember one night I got to stay, and I got to play dodgeball with everybody, and I got to eat at the little cafeteria that was actually in the movie, and I just like experienced camp, and it was just the most like amazing little bit of time, and it was just so much fun.
So guys, hi, congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, first thing, I wasn't gonna ask this at first, but the second I walked in, I noticed you're all slightly older than what we just saw and taller. When did you guys, feel free to answer at will, unless I actually ask you a specific question to you. Did you guys, when did you shoot this, and how old were each of you when you did?
I don't even remember. It was like a few years ago when we shot it. I was 21 years old, and I was still in college at the time.
Okay.
I was 14, and I was a freshman in high school. I think it was, 3 years ago?
I think it was 3 years ago.
Just about 3 years ago.
Yeah, I was, I think, about 12 years old. And I just want to say, like, watching it back was so crazy. I was cringing at myself the whole time, but I love the movie.
I was 12 years old too, and I was in 7th grade, so it's a while ago.
Yeah, I was 13, and I was in 8th grade.
All right. And where are you all from, and how did you each come to this project, or how did the project come to you?
I guess I'll go right ahead.
Start at the front line.
We can do that. So I'm originally from Maine. That's where I grew up until I was 18, 19 years old, and I moved down to the city to Pace to study acting. And so it was kind of really cool when I got to audition for this film. It was just like an actor's access sort of thing. It started as like non-union, very low budget, and it was about a town, Belgrade, that's in Maine. And so I kind of came to the project as the local, I guess, and it was just such a cool audition to be a part of because it was something that I could really connect to, and something that I've never seen a movie that was like produced in Maine. This one was obviously produced in New York, but it was really cool to be brought on.
So I first got the audition from my manager, I believe, for the movie, and I was just really excited because it was baseball, and I loved baseball. I'm a big Yankees fan. I've always followed them. So it's just like a movie that I felt like really fit me personally. And then I auditioned for it. I remember I got the call back and was super excited, and I landed the role. And similar to Ben, like the movie just kind of got more and more like traction, and more stuff went on. It kind of picked up a little bit more, and it was just super exciting to kind of watch it like blossom into what it became onto the screen, which was really great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. For me, I believe I also heard about the audition through my agency, and at first I was kind of skeptical because I'm like the most unathletic person that you will ever meet, and this is obviously a baseball movie. So I was actually really like surprised that I got the part, and I was just like super grateful to be a part of it. And I remember I was really nervous the first day of shooting, and my dad was like, "Oh no, it's okay. Like I'm pretty sure the other kids, they don't know how to play baseball either." I go on set. There's her, literally D1 athlete, and then Noel, Pride, and everyone. They're just so amazing.
You were a really good baseball player, like truly.
Yeah, sure.
I
Thank
was
you.
impressed.
Thank you.
That's really.
That's a lie, but thank you.
I'm serious.
So I'm actually from upstate New York, close to where the movie was actually filmed, like the camp part. And I learned about this film through Actors Access. And I remember my mom was reading me the description, and it really seemed really interesting to me because as someone who has been playing baseball with her older brother since she was like, as soon as she could walk, he was always throwing a wiffle ball at her. I was like, it seemed so amazing that these girls were going to be playing on this baseball team and they were all going to have so much fun together. So I just really loved that idea, and luckily I got Lisa, which I was so happy to like play because she represented me so much.
Yeah, so I also found out through my agent. And then I auditioned, and I auditioned for Jordy originally, but then they ended up getting me this role as Skip. I grew up playing baseball as well. I was also a Yankee fan, so I kind of related as well, but I ended up getting it. I remember having to show my baseball skills on video, but yeah, it was pretty fun.
I forgot about that. We all had to do we had to put together a reel of our baseball skills.
And then I show up and end up having to we had to teach her how to throw a baseball, so that's pretty funny.
Don't even play with me right now.
So Camille, how did you get the role if you had to do a video for baseball skills?
Don't know.
In tandem.
I think it was the editing. My dad edited everything. I just like threw a random ball. I don't know where. He just like cropped it together to make it look like I knew what I was doing.
All right. So talk about where. So the film was shot upstate. Yes. So
Yeah.
tell us where it was and how long the shoot was and how it went.
I think it was not Kensington, Kingston. It was like near Kingston, New York. Okay, so it was like from New York, I think probably like an hour and a half, 2 hours upstate. And we were actually at a camp, and that was like honestly the best part for me because I was a camp kid when I grew up. I spent like 10 years like summer camp and stuff, and so we spent a week filming at this camp, and like honestly just being at summer camp, it was a method kind of act.
No, honestly though, it really was. Like I was saying
really
earlier,
was.
I felt like like our characters never ended. I mean, I hope I wasn't mean, but
You were.
I think everyone else's character of just being fun
I was
and
scared of
happy.
Yeah.
No, but I think everyone else like just having a good time, like kind of what you saw on screen. Like we did that all the time, like with the dodgeball games
all
at
the
night.
time.
If you remember
Yeah,
that, like the
yeah.
whole cast and crew, we played dodgeball in some random gym that we found at the camp.
I got Curtis Pride out during one of those games.
Dude,
It
he
was
threw the ball
good.
like 80 miles an hour.
I know,
Like
it
once
was
the little
really
kids were out,
scary.
like he was just like he would start playing for real. It was
Yeah.
scary, honestly.
Oh yeah, okay. So I mean I agree. I definitely feel like it felt like summer camp, and I feel like that's just what this movie is about. It's about being like authentic and raw and believing in yourself and just friendship, you know?
I think we were on the set for a week, and I had never gone to like a sleepaway summer camp, and I feel like I really got the experience on set because it felt like we were all like our actual characters on set. And I remember I didn't live on set because I lived really close, but I remember one night I got to stay and I got to play dodgeball with everybody, and I got to eat at the little cafeteria that was actually in the movie, and I just like experienced camp, and it was just the most like amazing little bit of time, and it was just so much fun. I feel like we made a lot of friends, and I still talk to Camille and Chris and everybody and Joe, and I think it's just like it's so fun how you can make friends just like if you were on camp just at this 1 week little set. It was so fun.
Yeah, I also never went to camp, so it was kind of fun being able to stay in a cabin and like live on the set for like a week or whatever it was and play dodgeball. So it was kind of a fun experience, and I'm still friends with a bunch of them. So it's really fun.
So so for those of you who were underage at the time, tell us what that was like being on set, like living on set. What were the rules that you had to follow? Were your parents with you? Like what was the process?
So when we first got there, it was me and my dad, and we just slept on the bunks in the cabin. And then my mom came, and she was like, "What the heck is going on?" And she ordered an air mattress, queen-sized air mattress from Walmart to be delivered. That got there within like a couple hours of her arriving. So I went from just kind of roughing it to living in luxury in the air mattress.
Oh.
Yeah.
It seems appropriate for your character too.
Yeah, there you go.
all
Yeah,
right.
yeah. My mom made sure it was like more luxury in the queen size
So you
air
were-
mattress.
so you
and
were
all the
typecast,
candy. Yeah,
basically, okay.
yeah. No. But it was really fun. I mean, I remember we did school, but it was like the first week of school.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
For
Terrible.
me, the school part was so annoying because all I wanted to do was have fun. But we were
Yeah.
stuck doing like 8 hours of school a day or something like that, and I just wanted to goof around, and they kept yelling at us because we were laughing so loud.
I know they'd take us off from set and they'd be like, okay, you have to do your school time now. And of course we just got off set, so we're still laughing and giggling. We'd be talking and the teacher would be like, guys, you need to do your work, come on. And we'd be like, oh, okay. But it was still a lot of fun. And it was just like fun to be with your friends, from all over the place. Because I know that Carson was from Texas and so was Max. And you just met all these new people and you're having like school with them. And it was just so much fun.
Yeah. School was definitely annoying. The internet wouldn't work, and then I couldn't load my schoolwork. But and then also I was also in a cabin, and I was with my dad, so we just would stack two of the things, the little mattresses, and we would stack them on top of each other, and it still hurt my back, but.
So,
And these kids had school. They got to go into 8 hours a day. Meanwhile, I just failed the first few weeks of junior year of college. My professors were not having it. I said, I'm filming a movie, and they're like, we're doing class without you, and they gave me zeros.
So how many hours a day were you guys actually working on set versus being in school? Like how much time did you actually shoot every day? Not at all. Is this all CGI?
No. I don't
Yeah.
remember. I remember there was like a regulation, right?
Yeah.
It was like I want to say like 6 hours or something like that. What was it? 8
Yeah.
to 9 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was something like that. I remember we had to jump back and forth between doing school and shooting
Yeah.
all that we could get it done within like the time that was allocated for us to do it. You know what I mean? Because they didn't keep us.
And then
extra.
weekends
Yeah.
we could film more.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
Like once we finished school, like each day we only had a certain amount we were allowed to do, and then
Yeah.
after that, usually tired, but we'd go and get up to some shenanigans.
Do we have any SAG reps here? They can tell us if they've broken any rules. So I'm trying to out it. So I don't know if you can answer this or not, but I know that the film is based on a book. Do you know? Did Lee, like the writer director, what was the impetus for making the movie? Do you have any idea? Was there like a passion just about the book, about baseball, about what?
Well, I think it was really Jodie, and she, had like a really strong passion for the book and the message in the book, which is about anxiety and inclusion of, like everyone really, like you saw with Lucas with the cochlear implant, like just really including everyone and making sure everyone's, just feels normal, and as they should be. And so I think she really pushed to get the movie created, and that's kind of like how you saw it on the screen. Is very similar to the book, same message and meaning.
So did you guys all read the book?
I read it.
I read it too.
I read
Yeah.
parts of it, yeah.
I read
And were your characters all in the book?
Yeah. Right?
Well,
know.
Lisa
I think
and
it's-
Mount aren't, but I feel like they're a great addition just to like
Yeah.
represent girl power. Definitely a lot of girl power.
Period.
And Big Brother, were you in the book?
I think So I think Jordy and Rob were. I from what I remember, they were like the central characters in that book, and obviously it was adapted, and it grew from that.
And now, Camille, you sang. Did you? Was
Yes.
that what happened there? Did you write that song?
happened?
What happened? Did you write the song? How did this come about?
So I actually remember, it's a funny story. Why are you laughing? So the song wasn't actually supposed to be in the movie. It was just kind of added as we were filming. I remember we were at the cafeteria, and I saw Jodie and Nikki Cutler in the line. And I remember I brought my ukulele, I don't know why, to a baseball camp. I don't know why. But I went up to her and I was like, oh my gosh, I could totally write a camp song. And she was like, okay. What? Okay, we'll see. So I remember we had one off day and everyone was at the lake and I was just in my hotel room trying to figure out how to write a song. And the next day I went up to Jodie and I was super nervous, but I sang it for her and she ended up really liking it, thankfully. And then we just put it in the movie and I don't know, I really loved it.
You wrote a hit song. It was so cool.
you.
That was like
I think it was
honestly
awesome.
one of the coolest moments. Because I wasn't in that scene, but I was like right around the corner.
Yeah.
And you just started singing that. I was like, did you guys write this song for the movie? Like, who scored?
Yeah.
That? It was incredible.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
And I think it really like shows like the feeling of being at camp and like
Yeah.
being these characters all together and having so much fun and playing baseball, and when it says atta boy and atta girl, like being just like together and like having fun and being proud of each other.
Yeah, it was so funny when I was watching the end credits and Chris was making fun of me because I tried to teach everyone the song and nobody knew it, but it was so funny.
So Ben, how was it working with Judd Hirsch and Amy Smart?
So that's kind of a funny story because this was like right at the start of my junior year of college, but it was just before that had started. And so I was still at home. And so Judd Hirsch and Amy Smart were still in LA where they were filming that part of the movie. So the only time I actually ever like came face to face with them was on Zoom. And so like those scenes that we did at the end of the movie or in kind of in the middle, we weren't in the room with each other on those. No, we weren't. And so like we got to talk a little bit like on Zoom and stuff, but it was kind of interesting because I got to see that later and it wasn't actually something I'd experienced. It's just edited together.
Right, that makes sense. Okay, and from the time you guys read the script through production through the edit to seeing it, did anything change drastically, or was it just basically is everything on? And were you following dialogue exactly? Were you improvising? Like how did it develop in terms of organically?
Well, I remember James, Coach Ballgame,
Coach
improvised
Ballgame.
a lot.
Yeah,
actually.
most of his character, I think.
Yeah,
is
I would say most. Like Bag of Pasta is because I told him that I really did like pasta plain like that. So and he just kind of threw it in the movie, and it just like works. A lot of stuff that he did, you know, all of his salutes and what you saw on the field in the beginning with the first practice, like he really did that with us, you know, on our off day. And so he really improvised it and kind of like breathed some like of his own life into his character. I thought that was really cool. And I also remember production was delayed because of COVID, right?
Yeah.
So I think that kind of was just like a major change. But I can't say like major changes to the script.
We were on a Zoom like it was like a year prior, where we met everyone and was like reading through the script. But then we didn't start filming till like a year later, and you weren't even there yet. Right?
Yeah, I wasn't in that call. You guys had a group call without me. It's okay.
Yeah.
So, and what do you guys? So, what have you done since then? I mean, it's been 3 years. So, are you all still acting? Are you pursuing this? Did this ruin you? What?
Yeah, we can go down the line. Okay, so I graduated from Pace University, and so graduated, got a degree, pretty cool, and I got a job, like a real job, which is super lame. But I started, working full time. I am an editor, and so that's been really cool. And I've also had some great experiences filming some short films. I got to shoot another one in Maine, actually, which was really awesome, and that is coming out pretty soon. And doing a little bit of commercial work here and there, and still.
So are you
acting.
auditioning? Are you in the city, or are you?
Yeah, so I actually just moved to New Jersey, but I've been in the New York area, and still auditioning and having fun.
Okay, cool.
So since then, I was a freshman. Now I'm a senior in high school, so looking at colleges. And I've been acting more in the school theater now than trying to make it on the big screen, but still having fun with it, just kind of, taking my passion for it and, having fun,
Yeah. Well, for me, surprisingly, I didn't start my baseball career yet, but
Shame.
I have been working on my music career. I have a few songs out, which is really exciting because just music has always just been a really big part of my life. And yeah, I mean, that's it. If you want to check it out, I'd appreciate it.
I am continuing to keep on auditioning, and I'm really working on, working with acting coaches, and I'm part of a group called EPAC, which is a bunch of kids, and we all work together, and we go through our auditions. Say I got audition, I would go through it with my friend, and we would just work on it all together, and that type of idea. I also do vocal lessons and stuff like that, and I plan on going to college for theater, but I am a 10th grader, so right now I have a little bit of time.
Yeah, so now I'm a junior, so I gotta start thinking about college, and I haven't done any acting
Don't do
since
it.
then.
I'm kidding. Don't start thinking about it. Definitely go to college.
Oh, thank you.
That's right. Look where college got him. He has a
Over
job.
here. Okay.
Failed a few classes, but
Very good.
Put
Wow.
this right.
All right. You're just gonna you dropping the mic already? So tell us where can everybody go? Tell their friends to go see the film. Where is it now? What are the next steps with it? Does anybody know?
I think it's Apple
Amazon
TV,
Prime.
Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Among
Amazon Prime.
other things. I think
Yeah.
those two primarily, though.
All right. Cool. Well, thank you and congrats, everyone. Congrats.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so much. Thank you.
Thank you.